Thought it'd be a good idea. Let's do a little live, pregame live, right here on the STT Sports Network. Eagles, Ravens, Battle of the Birds, battle of dominant offensive lines, battle of dominant running games. Let's talk about it. We're live in 30 seconds.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 pop.
And a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the STT Sports Network's first ever pregame live. Eagles, Ravens, 4:25. We're a little under an hour and a half away from kickoff, and, you guys didn't get enough of me all week long. So I figured I get the house to myself. Let's go live. Let's talk a little Eagles. Let's talk a little Ravens. Let's get some final predictions. Let's go over some of my bets and parlays that I've made for the game. We're going to dive into inactives for the game as well. We're going to do it all today. We'll go live for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. Who knows? Depends on how long you guys want to talk. Also got Game Day Live on in the background. Keeping up to date on all the other proceedings around the NFL right now. A lot of exciting games actually going on around the NFL right now. So, guys, make sure you guys do me that favor first and foremost. You hit that like button and that subscribe button, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitter. Make sure you find the STT Sports Network YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. As we march closer and closer to 500 subscribers on this channel, I'd greatly appreciate any and all help you can. Good morning, Mark. Good afternoon, Marshawn. How you doing today? We're going to have a little fun, drink a few beers, talk a little Eagles as we get a little pregame live going here. Why not? What else is there to do on a Sunday? Got the house to myself. Well, me and the dogs. Figure we'll have a little fun. You don't get enough of me during the week, so why not get a little bit more this weekend on me? So, we're here. So we're going to dive into all of it. Talk all things. First thing first, to dive right into the inactives for the Eagles today have been released. And unfortunately, Devontae Smith is out. I actually am okay with that. I'm fine with that. Let's put up on the big screen here all the inactives for the Eagles today. Just pregame. Or are you doing I'm just doing pregame. I got too much going on to do the entire show today. I'm thinking next week, if it stays a 1:00 game, I'm going to go live for the whole thing for next week. If it stays 1:00, I think there's a scenario where maybe they prime time it. Smith is out. There's videos of him practicing. There are videos of him warming up before the game. And then literally about 30 minutes after those videos started circulating, these were the listed inactives for the Eagles. Say Tanner McKee, Darius Slay, Nick Gates, Darian Kennard, Trevor Keegan. We knew about Johnny Wilson a couple days ago, but Devontae Smith was ruled out. And I actually think in this scenario this week, that's a pretty smart move for the Eagles to sit Devontae Smith. Just thinking out loud, just thinking about it, big picture. Hamstring injuries are scary. Hamstring injuries are a problem. They're things that linger. This is going to be a hard-fought, hard-hitting game. I don't need Devontae Smith out there worsening a hamstring injury if it's 80%, 85%. Now, I don't like the options in this game either way. Somebody on the Falcons just had a big play there. That was, I don't even know what happened there. So there are a lot of things there, but I'd much rather than be extra cautious with Devontae Smith than anything else at this point. You selling a lot of wings and pizza? The wife gave me off today. She told me I could stay home, and she got the shop today. So I know there have been quite a few online orders. So I don't know how busy she is for sure. But she's probably getting her ass kicked right now. But I'm sitting here at home having a good time. Wilson is out as well. So blocking at wide receiver is going to be a question. They did sign to the active roster Paris Campbell on Friday. They did elevate CJ Uzomah, the tight end, from the practice squad. So that is going to be probably your blocking wide receivers. Who steps up in the passing game? We talked about it all week long. You could score against the Ravens pass defense. They're the 31st ranked pass defense in the NFL. getting up over 275 yards a game. You can throw on this team. I hope they don't. I hope they stick to what works, which is running the football. And I know the Ravens have a great run defense, but I'd like to see them stick to what works. I think the key to this game is going to be who dominates the line of scrimmage offensively and defensively. Let's stop that share screen. You guys don't need that up there anymore. We know he's out now. What's up, Mitchie Poo? How you doing this morning? Hope you are well. AJ did say this is a physical game. If you're not ready to be physical, don't go out there. Yeah, and again, this is not trying to say that Devontae Smith wouldn't give it 100%. But if the hamstring is not 100%, Marshawn, it's a really scary thing to think about, going out there in a game where there's going to be a lot of hard hitting. There's going to be a lot of, you got some aggressive defensive backs, like Kyle Hamilton out there, Marlon Humphrey, in the secondary of the Ravens. You don't need to risk. At this point of the season, we are now at this. Well, this is week 13. All right. We got what? 6 games left counting today. We got some easy ones, Giants, Cowboys, Panthers next week. We're going to win 12 games most likely at this point, if not more. There's no need to risk Devontae Smith today. And I had planned, if they hadn't announced the inactives yet, to push that narrative at the start of this show anyway. But it's very, very important to not take any unnecessary risks at this part of the season, in my opinion. It's just not necessary. So, I still think that even though the Eagles and the Ravens both have great run defenses, the Eagles are the 7th best rush defense, the Ravens are the 2nd best rush defense. The key to this game is the Eagles' number 1 rush offense versus the Ravens' number 2 rush defense. The key to this game is the Eagles to continue to do and stay focused on what they do well. Block, run. On defense, get Jalen Carter active on defense. Stop them. Whoever's offensive line wins this game. Whoever's defensive line wins this game. Whoever stays committed. We all know that Jalen Hurts, his record is much better when he throws less than 30 passes than more than 30 passes in a game. Well, the same thing is true with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I know he leads the league in passing yards, but Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback when they lean on the run game first to set up the pass game. He has a less than 500 record in his career when he throws more than 30 passes in a game. And I don't think that's by mistake. I think it's very important for the Eagles. They go out there on the first drive and they don't succeed running the ball. You keep running the ball. And if they don't succeed running the ball on the second drive, you keep running the football. This is a game where Saquon Barkley is going to have a lot of 2-yard carries, a lot of 3-yard carries, a couple carries for less than a yard. But you've got to stay with it because, A, that sets up the pass, but B, that is how you win football games with Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. And the same thing holds true. And if the Eagles deviate from the path of what works, but the Ravens do not deviate from what works, the Ravens will win this game. And it's a 3-point line right now. The line really hasn't shifted much this week. It's a tough spot for the Eagles. Winning 7 in a row is tough enough. Winning 8 in a row is even more difficult. But the Ravens, they have something that they're kind of in a trap moment. They're about to enter their bye finally after this game. Are they on, let's check out, they're at home. They're about to hit their bye. Are they already on bye week mentality? Maybe that's going in the Eagles' favor. Yeah, whoever scores more points usually wins. Yeah, of course, Mitchie Poo. Thank you. Thank you for that fine analytical analysis right there from the great Mitch Kofsky. Great game-winning goal last night in overtime for you there, Mitch Koff. The question is, who sticks to the game plan, or not the game plan, who sticks to what works the longest? That is the key. Now, obviously, the next key is who steps up in Devontae Smith's absence. We've been missing him off and on throughout this season, earlier with the concussion, now this hamstring injury. Who steps up? Jahanna Dotson's getting involved, but not really involved. I think this is far enough along in Dallas Goedert's recovery that when we get to my bets in a few minutes that I'm feeling that the guy in the passing offense that will step up and make the biggest play, it's Dallas Goedert. You can, while they have good linebackers there at the Ravens, they struggle to cover tight ends. And you got Dallas Goedert. You got Grant Calcaterra as well, which is in one of my parlays as well. You can beat them in the passing game with your tight end. So it's something to keep an eye on. 14 more subscribers to the 269. Come on, let's hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend, tell one, tell all. If I get to 269 before the game's over, Mitch, you can come on the show this week. There's the deal. Get me to 269 before the game is over tonight, and you're on trending in the AM. There's the deal for you. On paper, it should be Dotson, but we've seen Jahan Dotson make a couple nice plays, Joe, but we haven't seen Jahan Dotson get really involved with the offense. And it's tough to get involved in the Eagles' offense when they are running the football at the level, not just the yardage, but the amount of times they are a game. There's only so many plays. When you're running the football the way the Eagles are, time of possession's up, but the amount of plays you run total are down. They're not having games where they're running 75, 80, 85 plays. So there's only so many balls to go around. Yes, I said that. Don't clip it. But the key is who's going to make that one play here, one play there in Devontae Smith's house. I don't think even when Devontae Smith gets healthy, I don't think that Devontae Smith is all of a sudden going to have these big numbers, because this is a run-first team. This is a dominate time of possession team, and that's how you do it. That is how you do it. Yeah, I'm sure you probably did. Probably did. Oh, man. So it's going to come down to who wins at the line of scrimmage. And I love that. The people that watch this show regularly, watch my content regularly, y'all know I love watching the interior lines and analyzing blocking and defensive pressures, formations and stuff. This is going to be a game that's won there. And I'm excited. Now, I know a lot of Eagles fans are feeling negative. I got a poll. Yes, I said poll, Mitch, on Twitter or on YouTube, and who's going to win. And there's 150 votes, and it's 65-35 ballpark on Eagles fans or people that voted on it, but I have an Eagles fan base that follows me, that the Eagles aren't going to win this game. How do they win the game? They got it first off. I love this. If anybody could find, there's this brand. I pulled this hoodie out. It's not an Eagles hoodie. It's actually a dark blue hoodie. It's my favorite hoodie. An employee left it at my pizza shop like 5 years ago, never came back to work, so it became mine. They got to have victory in their blood. It's called Aim Higher. That's where the Aim Higher comes from that you always hear me say. They got to have that victory in the blood. They got to have that hunger, that fire. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out battle. So who's going to hit the hardest, the most frequently? Who's going to not let mistakes rattle them? Who's going to make the bigger play? Pause. Yeah, exactly. By scoring more points, that's how you. Oh my God, Mitch, are you just going to spam me with the same joke? I'm gonna pull my 14 subscriber goal for you. If you don't watch it, I'm gonna make it 440 instead, or 414 or something like that. But anyway, who else keys to this game? Who else do we look at? I think it's time to pull up at least my first. Oh man, DraftKings always logging me out if I'm inactive for like 2 seconds on this screen. I want to pull up some of my same game parlays and bets I have rolling on today's game. My bets. I want to go over some of the bets that I've got. Don't judge me. I don't bet big. It's not who I am. I'm not a big baller or anything like that. All right, so let's do the share screen here, and let's get to the betting action for this game. I actually really like some of the bets that I put out there for today. Let me put that up there. Let me put that there. All right, so we got the shared screen working here. Let me go down this. First and foremost, they're running a promotion on DraftKings, and linked in the description. If you haven't ever signed up for DraftKings, you can sign up there on my link. You get a free bet, so I get free bets, whatever. They're running a promo today. If you make a touchdown bet of $10, up to $10, and it doesn't hit, they'll give you a $10 free bonus bet. Actually, no, I got it no matter what, whether it hits or not. So if you make a $10 touchdown bet on any game, you get an automatic $10 free bet. So I placed a $10 bet on Jalen Hurts scoring a touchdown. Not my most confident bet I've made today, but it's one that's normally hits more often than not. Plus, I got a free $10 on it. So let's open up the details of this first same game parlay that I got rolling for today. 5 likes on this video. Please, guys, hit that like button and subscribe button. Please click share if you've done all that. That's the only way to continue pushing this channel further and further and further ahead. So I appreciate that, Mitchie Poo. I got nothing but love for you, my man. So here's my first parlay that we're going to go over. It's a simple 4-leg parlay. I love betting on the parlays, the total number of touchdowns a team is going to score. I have a lot of success with that, and I do think the Eagles will get 3 touchdowns today, at least, maybe 4. So I put the first leg of this parlay over 2.5 touchdowns for the Eagles. I did click 90 rushing yards for Saquon Barkley because I do think they will stay focused on running the football, even if it's not successful at first. And if they pound that rock over and over and over again, at some point the Ravens defensive line will break down and give up the big play. So over 90 yards for him. Dallas Goedert, 25 receiving yards. The next one you'll see it be more Dallas Goedert heavy. But Grant Calcaterra, 25 yards. Grant Calcaterra is staying active in this team, even with Dallas Goedert back. And with Devontae Smith out, we might start to see a little Dallas Goedert or Grant Calcaterra this week. I changed the spread in this one to give me some extra juice. As you can see, I got a plus 21 to 1 on this parlay. So by doing that, I think the Eagles win. So I stretched the parlay or the spread from plus 2.5, plus 3 to minus 2.5. So as long as the Eagles win by 3, this one's a $5 bet that gets you a $110 payout. So that's what I'm looking at with that first parlay. I do like somebody stepping up and making some form of an impact. So if you see my 2 parlays, you'll see one of them has Grant Calcaterra in it. The other one has Dallas Goedert in it. I feel like the tight ends are the way to go in this game if you're trying to bet something with some juice. I mean, you could just bet Saquon Barkley touchdowns and Derrick Henry touchdowns and whatnot. But if you're trying to get some good juice on your bets, Dallas Goedert, Grant Calcaterra, 2 guys to zone in on. I love that 25. That's basically one big completion to Grant Calcaterra. And that part of this parlay hits like that. So the 25 yards passing, I really like that for Grant Calcaterra. Second parlay. Let's get this one here. Second parlay right here. So Eagles, money line, kicks it off. This one's a little smaller. With the boost, it was only 14.63. It was an 11-1 parlay. A little bit different. Money line Eagles, because again, I do feel the Eagles will win this football game. How close it'll be, I don't know. Dallas Goedert, anytime touchdown. I think he's the guy that gets that touchdown. So I threw in that with the 40 yards receiving and the 225 passing yards for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been close to breaking out passing wise. I want them to run the football. I think they will stick to it. But if there's ever going to be a week you take a risk on Jalen Hurts hitting a big passing number this week against the Ravens' 31st ranked pass defense, giving up 277.7 yards a game, this is the week to attack Jalen Hurts' passing numbers. I stayed away from his rushing numbers for sure, but this is the week to do it. If you're going to do it, it's got to be this week. So they're my 3 bets right now. That's my Jalen Hurts MVP, and that's my Eagles Super Bowl bet. Yeah, they're there. I always tell you guys those are there. So that one's $5. It pays out $78.15 if it hits. So they're my bets. But what I want to do is I want to go back to the game, and I just want to look at some of the other numbers and odds and things I kind of lean towards that I was liking, but I'm not really betting as much as I used to. But some of the other odds and numbers on this board that you could bet this week. First and foremost, with the touchdowns, A.J. Brown, 2 touchdowns, plus 750. My eyes went there really quickly. They really did. I almost thought about Dallas Goedert since I do like him to score a touchdown. First touchdown, 18-1. That was something that kind of intrigued me as well. Good afternoon, Anthony. How are you? I hope you had a great Thanksgiving as well. I did. I know I did. We'll talk about it tomorrow on the morning show on Trending in the AM. At what point do you just start throwing the Thanksgiving leftovers away? Because that's something that I got to start tackling and deciding because there's still so much left over in my fridge right now, and I hate to do it. But yeah, But happy Sunday to you. Other touchdown bets. I was thinking about any Ravens touchdown bets because the Ravens are going to score today. And I was trying to look at it. Do you bet Derrick Henry? I don't know. We got a good running defense. Lamar Jackson, I think we can keep him in contained. Not maybe Zay Flowers, but our cornerbacks are so good. I think it's a really hard week to judge Ravens touchdown bets. You can look at the passing yards. Lamar Jackson, to get to even 2-1 on your or less minus 210 is 200. I don't know. I mean, he's damn good. He's playing at MVP level. Third best passing offense in football. Number 1 total yards. But can you really see the Eagles giving up 250 yards passing or 225 yards passing? It'd be the worst game of the year for them. I think somebody on the Chargers just scored. Yeah. Receiving props. Honestly, if I wasn't going live today, I think out of the 3 bets I made, I might have even cut 1 or 2 of them out. Because I really don't have a good judge on how this is going to play out. Man, the Patriots took the lead on the Colts. Drake May's turning into a nice little quarterback right there. Washington's given up a little bit of their lead. It's now 28-13 in that game. Looking around the NFL here, the Jets are about to blow that one against Seattle. Aaron Rodgers is just totally gassed and washed at this point of his career. Should just do this every Sunday, just even when the Eagles aren't playing, just go and just watch the game day live scores and talk about it as it's happening. Rushing yards. This is where it gets interesting because you got 2 great run offenses going against 2 good run defenses. And how do you select where to bet your money? And honestly, I don't know. Saquon Barkley, 80-plus yards at minus 140. So that's kind of where's the over-under? Let's take more of a peek at the over-unders versus that. Saquon Barkley's over-unders at 87.5. That's hard to go either way. Derrick Henry, 85.5. 43.5 for Lamar Jackson. Jalen Hurts, 37.5. Kenny Gainwell won 12.5 over is actually probably the easiest of these bets to take. Kenny Gainwell over 12.5 out of the rushing yards probably speaks to me out of all. You know what? I might even throw an extra, right here on the spot. I might throw an extra $5 on that right there. Boom. Done. An extra $5 on Kenny Gainwell over 12.5 yards. I actually really like that number. There, that's live betting right on the air for you guys right there. That's a live bet right on the air. Rushing attempts. Yeah, I don't know about those. Where's receiving? Let's hit receiving yards here. We already did that. Defensive props. What do we got on the defensive props? Sacks. Yeah. Over under. I don't know. I think that's about it. I think we're tapped out on the betting market for this game. All right. So keys to victory. I think we've talked about them enough this week to really truly know what the keys to victory are. It's winning in the interior line. It really truly is. I'm dealing with a pizza shop thing as well as we're live here. Let's see here. Anyway, we got a Skip Bayless hot take, just so you know. For Monday's show on Trending in the AM, just so you know. Texans are barely beat. On a side note, did you guys see the Trevor Lawrence hit that he took by the captain of the Houston Texans? Sliding, completely just obliterated on that hit. You could tell he got knocked unconscious, Trevor Lawrence, on that hit. I tried to rewatch that like 7 times to find like proof that maybe he was trying to hold up. But that was just disgusting. Trevor Lawrence is like, that was not good. I literally I try to give hits like the benefit of the doubt. And I try to look and I'm like, all right, let me replay it. And I slowed it down. I kept stopping it frame by frame. And there was just no way that wasn't one of the dirtiest hits I've seen in a long time. What's up, Duck? How you doing this afternoon, Sunday afternoon? Disgusting is absolutely correct. Disgusting is what I just saw. An interception thrown by Kyler Murray. I can't stand Kyler Murray. So overrated. Sorry. That hit was a travesty, and he should be fined and suspended. Now, I wasn't watching the game. I just saw it passing on Twitter, and whatnot. Did they eject him for that hit? They probably should have. I don't know if they did, but let me know if they ejected him for it, because refs should eject players more frequently for that kind of stuff. It was pretty bad. I think Kyler Murray is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in football, for sure. We'll get back to the Eagles in a second here. Something's got to be done about these hits. They didn't eject him for that hit. That's an embarrassment in and of itself. I mean, that was, and I felt bad. Nobody went to check on Trevor Lawrence. Everybody went to fight the guy instead of checking on Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was out cold. You could see I'm thinking about the image, the angle. I guess it was his left arm, literally straight as can be, because he was out. He was unconscious there. And it took like 30, 40 seconds till somebody got over there to check on him. And the medical staff were there. Let's see some of these other scores. 34-24. Pittsburgh's whooping up at the start of the fourth quarter against the Bengals. Looks like the Patriots might win that game. We got another score alert. Texans just scored. They're up 16-3 or 16-6 over the Jags. I would love to see Washington lose to the Titans today. That would be fantastic. But the Jets are jetting as well. There's got to be something, like in college football, don't they have a rule that if there's like a really bad hit like that someone can call down from the booth and be like, eject that guy? Or don't they replay it? Don't they have the option to replay those hits in college football so that they could see it a second time and make that decision on ejecting a football player? I take that back. He was ejected. All right. But guys, check on your teammate before you go start that fight. I was waiting for him to get stomped on or something like that. Like that scrum was right on top of him. Took them 4 minutes to even find out where Trevor Lawrence was. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence still knows where he is. But, man, something's got to give with those kind of things. Stiffer penalties for those kind of hits. And the dude's a captain, one of the defensive captains of the Texans. Texans are going to end up winning the game today. Pretty bad. But it is what it is. Back to the Eagles game here. Back to Eagles-Ravens. There's not a lot of people watching today. 7, 8, 9, 10, bouncing in and out of the YouTube page. Never done a 3 o'clock in the afternoon Sunday pregame show. Didn't even plan it too hard. But give me your score predictions if you haven't already done it. Give me your keys to the victory. I still say whoever rushes for the most yards will end up scoring the most points and winning this football game. And I'm hoping it's the Eagles. I feel too much weird energy for the Eagles this week. Kind of feel like far too many people say that they're not going to win and it's okay. And it's okay if they don't win this game. But I think it's an important game to win. Detroit's still winning, but they're banged up beyond belief. You got Carolina next week, then the Steelers, and then you've got the Giants and the Cowboys. You got Washington. You've got an opportunity in the coming weeks to maybe take over that number 1 seed and have the entire NFC come through Philly. Get that first round bye. Winning games like today, plus a lot of people. I watched ESPN. I saw pictures of NFL Network. Nobody's picking the Eagles to win because the Eagles still don't have that respect that they deserve. I mean, 9-2 teams should be respected as at least somewhat decent. A win today against the Ravens in Baltimore against one of the MVP frontrunners in Lamar Jackson makes a statement that the Eagles are for real, that the Eagles aren't a fluke team that just beat up on some easy teams in that 7-game winning streak. You go out there and get to 8-game winning streak today, you go out there and make that statement, the NFL's got to start taking notice. You'll start seeing a lot more, flexed out games as well. 30-21 Eagles. I like that. It's not what I got, but I like that. I could totally see that. Ravens give up 24.5 points a game. So it's very possible. Joe's got 28-24. That's much closer to me. and my prediction. That's off by 1 point, but that's basically right where I'm at. Looking at what our defenses give up, their defense gives up, and offenses score. Well, the Eagles are still 1 game behind the Lions, who have just been playing well. Yeah, but I don't know what the Lions' schedule is. Let me check out what the Lions' schedule is the rest of the year. But they've lost more and more guys to IR, even in just the last couple games. They got the Packers next week. That could be a loss for them. They got the Bills. That could be a loss. They got the Bears, 49ers, and Vikings. So they've got the potential. With all the injuries that are piling up, they could lose 1, 2. They could lose 3 games, which would put them at, 13-4? So we've got a chance to get to 13-4. It starts by winning this game. We could get to 14-3, hell. At this point. As long as we only lose 1 more game, we could get to 14-3. So there is an opportunity for us to secure a number 1 seed. All we got to do is stay healthy, and we got to win games like today and make that statement. You make a statement by beating a great team. And the Ravens are a really good team. Pittsburgh with another interception there. So, based off of all that, is that a personal foul? I don't know. Anyway, I still say and stick to what I said on Friday's trending in the AM, 27-24. That would be, in my opinion, the easiest path to a score prediction in the Eagles. Now, I do have this fear that the Eagles aren't going to win. And if they don't win, it's going to be because, the Ravens just dominate. I think if the Eagles win, it's going to be a close game. I think if the Ravens win, it's going to be one of those games that get out of hand. I did write one other score down here that I just don't think will happen. But when I was thinking of score predictions, for some reason I wrote down 17-14, low-scoring game for the Eagles. And my mind just keeps getting back to that. I'm like, I wonder if it will be a low-scoring, knockdown, drag-them-out battle. That's right, Big Al. Go Birds! Gotta love it. You want to be taken seriously, you need to beat the teams people are predicting to go to the Super Bowl. Ravens are 1. This could be a Super Bowl preview. In theory, there's a path where it's Eagles, Ravens in the Super Bowl. For sure. It's Ravens, Chiefs, Bills. They're the only 3 teams in the AFC that have a chance at the Super Bowl, in my opinion. In the NFC, it's Eagles, it's Lions. Maybe Minnesota, maybe. It's really Eagles, Lions, and that's it. Barring injuries, barring freak things that happen. So by beating a team, I guess you could throw the Steelers maybe in that conversation in the AFC. But it's really an Eagles-Lions NFC right now. So you make a statement by beating Baltimore. Now all of a sudden next week, people might actually start talking about the Eagles as, this team's got something. I'm looking at the NFC standings right now. Maybe the Packers might be a legitimate team. Maybe. I don't think so. Eagles will win by not having the Ravens. Mitchie Poo. Come on. Let's go. What are you trying to do to me? What in the world are you trying to do to me? You're trying to give me agita? I've already got agita on my phone, okay? Because of Kennett Square drama, all right? I don't need agita from you too, all right? I just don't. So please, give me your score prediction. Who scores the most points and wins the game, Mitch? That's the question. Oh, that was a lot of contact on a deep ball from Rodgers to Devontae Adams. Who's going to get called for the personal foul? Mitchie Poo thinks he's funny. The funny thing is he's not funny. People that think they're funny aren't normally funny. It's people that don't realize they're funny that are the funniest. Thank goodness. They called that personal foul on Devontae Adams, that pass interference. Nice. Back that up. Back that ass up there, Jets. Eagles will score more points. So at least we've got an idea on who Mitchie Poo thinks is going to win this game. Outside of just his obvious random sarcasm. All right. What time is it? It's 3:35. We're about 45 minutes to kickoff here. Players of the game that aren't obvious. Obviously, Jalen Carter is always a consideration for player of the game. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, obvious players of the game. I mentioned it on Friday's show, and I'm gonna say it again. Two sneaky players that could have huge outcomes on this game and be big influences in this game. Reed Blankenship and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. A safety on this team needs to and will make a big play, whether it's an interception, a forced fumble. Derrick Henry has fumbled the ball throughout his career on occasion. The safeties covering Likely and Mark Andrews. The safeties, not Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean, the safeties need to have an impact on this game. Who's going to stop Lamar Jackson from breaking a big run here or there? A safety. I am looking at the safeties to make a play this game. That's one of my stars or sneaky stars of the game. I've already told you on offense, I think Grant Calcaterra might be one of those guys. You all saw me bet live Kenny Gainwell over 12.5 yards rushing on the game. There's another potential random start of the game, but I think defensively, we know what Quinion Mitchell is. We know what Cooper DeJean is. We know what Carter is. Hopefully Jordan Davis makes an impact. We haven't even talked about it yet today. We've talked about it all week, but we haven't today. Who's going to step into Brandon Graham's shoes and get the most snaps on the outside? But I think the big key on defense is going to be those safeties. And Reed Blankenship's either going to make a huge play or he's going to get beat for a big play. Same thing with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. So this is the week for them. Offensively, yeah, Grant Calcaterra. We know what we're getting with the offense. Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown. Eagles wins 6-9. Oh, my goodness gracious. So Tucker loses to Elliott. Maybe it's a field goal game. Maybe it's just two kickers going. I know it's cold down there in Baltimore, but there's, not much weather. It's not like it's snowing up in Buffalo. It's just cold weather that they got to deal with. I don't know. I think there'll be some touchdowns in this game. I think both teams are just way too dominant defensively for there not to be some touchdowns scored in the game. So while he might be serious, he might be joking a little bit, I just don't foresee a scenario where there ain't some touchdowns being scored in this game. Just so you know. Just so you know, Mitchie Poo. That I would not put a bet on the no touchdown game. Although, am I still logged in? Is there a way to bet that? Let's see here. Team props. Team total points. If you bet under 13.5, that's as low as it goes. Under 13.5 points for the Eagles, you get plus 550 on that. That's not even that good of odds. And I just got logged out of DraftKings again, so can't even look at the rest of that. It is what it is. All right, we're almost pushing the 40-minute mark here. I'm going to wrap it up here. I got to deal with some pizza shop stuff. I got to walk the dogs all before kickoff. We'll be back live tomorrow, 8 a.m., trending in the a.m. Overreaction Monday to the entire process of whatever happens in the game tonight. We'll talk all about it tomorrow morning, as we always do. But, guys, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the share button. I got Eagles winning 27-24. I want to wrap it up, but Kyle jumps in the last second. So, happy Thanksgiving, Kyle. Happy Thanksgiving. Was going to wrap it up, but I'll stay for an extra minute for Kyle, the statistician. I would always stay for the statistician. Chargers have a win probability. Why isn't it something else? Kyle's got 35-27. Yeah, it might be a little higher scoring than I think is possible, based off of the fact that our defense gives up under 20 points a game. I don't know if we could give up that much, but maybe. Go Birds, and yeah, that's right. You got to do so much more than just say go Birds. You say go. Do Ravens fans? Kyle, you lived down in Baltimore for a little while, Baltimore region. Do Ravens fans say go Birds? Do we need to find something new to say today? Because just saying go Birds could mean I'm cheering for the wrong team. Just throwing that out there. Don't want to root for the wrong team here. No, they don't say that? Okay. That's good. Good to know. They haven't stolen our Go Birds thing. There you go. All right, guys. It's time to wrap this up. This was a fun little 40-minute shebang. I got to go deal with drama. I got to go deal with dogs. Go make my final plate of leftover Thanksgiving dinner. That's probably all going in the trash. But with that being said, guys, Eagles win 27-24. That's my prediction. That's what I'm sticking to. Let's go. Go Birds. Bubbles up to y'all. Let's get that win, guys.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 pop.